Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Corson Customs. My name is Melissa Corson, the owner of Corson Customs. I've been making tumblers for 2+ years, more like 3 years. And I wanted to create a channel to share my tips and tricks, my how-tos, information for beginners, and just have a fun little space that we can craft together. I think now in this world we need a little bit more positivity and uplifting and fun versus all the turmoil we experience these days. So if you're interested in learning more about tumbler making and where to start, how to do it, cute designs, just fun overall, then stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Okay. If you're new to tumbler making, raise your hand. I've been there 2 years ago or so. I was there and I had no idea where to start. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of information out there that I personally could find that would help me very well. I did watch a lot of design videos, how to design tumblers, but there was a lot of basic information that just was missing in the YouTube space, the social media space. So I'm here to help you with the beginner stuff at first. So what we're going to talk about today is the supplies. You got to have supplies before you can start. So I'm here to give you a list of basic supplies that you will need to create your first tumbler. And I'll show you my first tumbler. Okay, this, might I add, is in 2020. And it's pretty horrendous if I'm going to be honest here. The ombre is not the best. The glitter is horrible. Plus, keep in mind that this is 2 years ago, so epoxy yellows over time. But yeah, this was my first ever tumbler. We gotta start somewhere, right? Rough bottom. Epoxy though, it's smooth. I'll give you that. The bottom could have done better. But yeah, this is where I started, and this is where I'm at. So I do 3D tumblers. This is a stack of donuts, and I also do, let's say, oh goodness, almost had an accident. And this is where I'm at now. So much better, beautiful designs. It's just perfection. And you can get there too with a lot of practice and patience. I believe in you, and like I said, we all got to start somewhere. So yeah, I'm going to give you the basic supplies of what you need and how to start your first tumbler. So if that's something you're interested, get your pen and paper out because you're going to be writing down some things, and stay tuned because we got a lot to go through. First thing that you're going to need, of course, is a tumbler. You can get your stainless steel, and I recommend stainless steel tumbler. Stainless steel tumbler. You can get these at the craft store. Hobby Lobby is where I got most of my stuff. Now I have vendors and things that I shop from, which I can list below as well in the info bar. But you're going to want a stainless steel tumbler. I recommend getting a few to start off with because you're going to mess up. So you're going to need some spares. But that's the first thing you're going to need to even start a tumbler is actually have a tumbler. Who would have thought? The next thing that you will need, spray paint. This is a simple way to start off. Start with a white or a black spray paint. Nothing crazy. You can get these at Home Depot, Lowe's, the craft store even has them, but I recommend Home Depot or Lowe's, they're cheaper. And you'll need this. I recommend doing the matte finish versus gloss. It just dries faster, but honestly the finish doesn't really matter. So you're going to need a spray paint of any kind. Rust-Oleum is a really good brand to have. I almost dropped that. You're going to need sandpaper. So to start your tumbler, you're going to have to prep the cut by sanding it down. So you're going to need lots of sandpaper. You can get a pack like this from Home Depot, Lowe's, but you're going to need some sandpaper. The next thing you'll need is glitter. We love glitter. So when I first started out, I just grabbed Hobby Lobby glitter. I recommend the black at Hobby Lobby. It's actually a really pretty black. And their bottles are $3.49. And you know, they always run sales, but you can always start off with the cheaper stuff, but I will say quality does matter. I actually get the majority of my glitter from Chase Ray Creations. This is called Neverland. It's super gorgeous. It's a really perfect color. Like, I have lots and lots of glitter. But you'll get there as time goes. But if you're gonna start off basic, just get your glitter from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. That's all you need, honestly. It will work for what you need to do. Okay, the next thing that you're gonna need is epoxy. Now, you ain't gotta get it in this big of a jug. They do sell the amazing clear cast epoxy at Hobby Lobby. Honestly, I don't know about Michael's, but I do know they have it at Hobby Lobby. Just get a small thing of it because you don't want to spend a lot of money on epoxy at first, because you got to get the hang of how it moves, like the temperature in your room. There's a lot of things that go into epoxy tumblers. Humidity is a huge factor too, but Amazing Clear Cast is a great brand to start off with. That's what I used. I still do use it from time to time when I need to, but you can get this at Hobby Lobby. And with dealing with epoxy, you want to make sure you're being safe. So, because there's fumes, chemicals, so you want to have safety gear. Your PPE is what we call it. So a face mask, it can be of any kind. And then this is what came with my face mask. I look like I'm going skiing. I look ridiculous. You're gonna look ridiculous in your safety gear, but you're being safe and you're keeping your lungs and everything good to go. So you definitely want to have your PPE. There's a lot of controversy around wearing it. I have it, I use it. This is my tips and tricks, so I recommend using your PPE. And I'll have everything listed down below. That way, if you miss something, you can look at the list down below. I'll even have it linked in my Amazon storefront. That way, you can just go grab it there if I have it there. But I'll have everything linked down below in the info bar. Also, to go with epoxy, you're going to need gloves because you do not touch epoxy with your bare hands. If you get it on you, it happens, trust me, all the time. If you get it on you, just wash it off, but you want to use gloves because you don't even know if you're allergic to it yet or if you have any reaction to it. So always use gloves when working with epoxy. This is another safety precaution that we use because epoxy is a chemical. And so you gotta be safe. Rather safe than sorry is what they say. Popsicle sticks to stir your epoxy with. It's easy, throw it away once you're done. You can get silicone tools as well, just because those are reusable. But I recommend popsicle sticks. They're cheap, they're easy, gets the job done. And to go along with that, mixing cups. So I use the mixing cups with, let me get this out. I use the cups with the measurements on it. That way I can see what my epoxy measurements are, because with the Amazing Clear Cast, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you have to have equal parts of A and equal parts of B to mix together to make the correct formula for epoxy, for it to work. So I recommend getting the measuring cups with the measurements on it. That way you know you're accurate on your measurements. And then this is what I use to put the epoxy in once I've got it measured out. I pour them both in here and I mix them together because it's a bigger cup. It's sturdy and it works good when I'm epoxying my cups. So I recommend getting some measuring cups and paper cups to mix your epoxy in. Really affordable and cheap. Amazon sells them in bulk. I recommend. And lastly, to even do a tumbler, you're gonna need a turner. So this was my first ever turner that I bought. I believe I got this one at Hobby Lobby. I had to get it out of the closet. It's so dusty. I haven't used it in forever because I have 2 custom turners over there that hold 6 cups each. But to get started, all you need is a single turner. This one has the on and off button, and it does rotate left to right. It unscrews here so you can take the pole out to hold your tumbler on it, foam to hold your tumbler on there. This was a really good turner when I first started. It did the job. It was very reliable, and yeah, you can find these, like I said, at the craft store. So you have to have a turner to do tumblers because they have to spin when you're working on them. Another thing that you could have is an apron, just so you don't get your clothes messed up. I have like a legit pile of clothes that I wear just for epoxy because I've gotten epoxy all over me. It drips, it happens, so I recommend getting an apron to wear. That way you don't go through so many clothes like I do. But that's like the basic of basic things that you would need to even achieve a tumbler per se, like this one, which is what we're going to learn first. We're going to learn how to do a nice little ombre tumbler in our next video. This is a simple design to start out with. It's the basic of the basics. So you got to have all that supplies first to achieve something like this, okay? So you need your glitter, your spray paint, your epoxy, you need your stainless steel tumbler. You need all those things that I mentioned before you can start this. So I hope that information was super helpful. I will link everything down below that I can. I will put everything down below that I mentioned. I'll put my Amazon storefront down below, that way you can shop from there. And I'll put in my, little stores for tumblers that you can get them there, and glitter and things like that. But that's really all you need to start off with, the basic of the basics. If I missed anything, I will put it in the description. Hey guys, had to hop back in real quick because I did forget to mention a couple things that are crucial, that I think are crucial to making a tumbler. One of those things is being alcohol. 99.9% alcohol. You can get this off Amazon, really affordable, but this is for cleaning off your sanding, cleaning the cup in general. You want to have this one for sure. And along with this, I would recommend having some rags, spare rags that you don't mind getting dirty, that you can use for your craft. Also, I recommend having parchment paper. You don't have to get this big thing of parchment paper. This is just what I use. This helps catches the glitter when you're pouring the glitter over the cup. That way you can put the glitter that falls down onto the paper back into your glitter bottle. That way you don't waste glitter. Also, this helps smooth out your chunky glitters for ombre when you're putting it on the cup and you're done and you don't want the chunky sticking up. Use parchment paper to smooth it down. We'll learn how to do that in our video, but you'll want parchment paper. It's a lifesaver for sure. And then you'll want a torch or a lighter. If you can't get the torch, just have a lighter on hand. That way it helps pop bubbles in your epoxy if you have any. But I just use a propane torch. You can get these at Home Depot. They last forever. But definitely have a torch as well. And I'll have those listed down below as well. But I just wanted to hop in because I did forget a few things and I wanted to make sure you guys knew about it. I'm pretty sure that I got everything that I started out with at the very, very beginning. Because like I said, we have to start somewhere, and this is the basics. So if this video is helpful, let me know. Give a video a thumbs up. Like I said, subscribe to the channel because next video we are going to work on an ombre tumbler. A super simple ombre tumbler, but this is going to get us the hang of making a custom tumbler that you're proud of. There's a lot of tips and things that I wish I knew when I first started that would help me achieve something way better than this. So if you're looking forward to that, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you have a color preference on what you want me to create, because I have every color there is. But yeah, like I said, I hope this information was helpful. This is my first video on my channel. I hope I wasn't too fast spoken. I hope everybody understood what I was saying. and I hope this was good information. I wanted to start off with the basic of basics by giving you the supplies you'll need first. But yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome night, awesome day, awesome week, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!